The following recording is property of the Spectral Archives. Authorized personnel only. Accessing case file 882J regarding the Nocturnal Recreation Area. Within the quiet suburban confines of redacted Ohio lies a standard municipal playground that has become a focal point for Class V anomalous activity. This site, while appearing dormant during daylight hours, undergoes a significant environmental shift, beginning precisely at 12:04 a.m. During this active phase, the playground equipment initiates mechanical movement that is both rhythmic and deliberate, despite a complete absence of human occupants. Thermal imaging consistently returns a null result, yet acoustic sensors capture high-frequency disturbances, reminiscent of distant, layered vocalizations. The swings move in perfect, chilling synchronicity, while the merry-go-round accelerates to speeds that exceed safety regulations, suggesting a localized gravity distortion. This is not a mere haunting. It is a structural malfunction of the environment itself. It is as if the air itself is being displaced by entities that occupy a spectrum invisible to the naked eye. Unauthorized observation is strictly prohibited. If you find yourself in the vicinity, do not attempt to record the motion. The archive has noted a 94% increase in optical degradation. The primary evidence for this manifestation was recovered during a routine sweep of a condemned residential basement in late 1994. The medium is a T120 VHS tape, heavily degraded and suffering from significant magnetic decay, yet partially restored using the archive's proprietary stabilization protocols. What follows is a clinical description of the visual data captured by an unidentified witness whose whereabouts remain unknown. The footage begins with a static, heavy panorama of the park. The 4:3 frame is saturated with aggressive chromatic aberration, a clear indicator of a powerful electromagnetic field. At the 12-minute mark, the swing set begins to oscillate. This movement is not erratic. It is a mechanical, surgical precision that defies the laws of inertia. There is no breeze. The surrounding oak trees remain frozen in the background, yet the rusted chains of the swings are strained to their breaking point. This is where the visual data transitions into a high-level cognitive hazard. The archives discovered what we now classify as the observer. It is a silhouette that stands approximately 7 feet tall, possessing elongated, multi-jointed limbs that appear to flicker in and out of the visible spectrum. Where a human face should be, there is only a reflective, obsidian-like surface. It looks directly into the camera, acknowledging the presence of the future viewer. The tape then suffers a total magnetic collapse, leaving behind a single pristine frame of a child's leather shoe, appearing impossibly clean amidst the grime. Beyond the visual corruption lies a more insidious layer, the auditory record. To hear the after-hours playground is to expose your subconscious to a rhythmic frequency that should not exist. In our forensic isolation, we filtered out the mechanical grind to find what lies beneath. The results are classified as a level 4 acoustic hazard. What was initially perceived as wind is, in fact, static laughter. This is not the sound of children playing. It is a synthesized, multi-layered recreation of human joy, stripped of its warmth. It carries the texture of a radio tuned between stations, a jagged electronic wheeze that pulses in a pattern identical to human respiratory distress. Analysis reveals these vocalizations are not being projected into the air. They are vibrating directly through the metal structures. The playground itself is the speaker. There is a secondary, more rhythmic disturbance, a low-frequency hum vibrating at exactly 19.4 Hz. The fear frequency, capable of inducing extreme paranoia, and the physiological sensation of a phantom presence standing just behind the listener's shoulder. However, the most definitive anomaly occurs at 15-minute intervals. It is the supervisory whistle, a sharp, agonizingly high-pitched signal that slices through the white noise with clinical authority. Upon the sounding of this whistle, all activity within the playground ceases with a violent, instantaneous finality. The laughter stops, the hum vanishes, the swings lock into place as if welded. This suggests a terrifying reality. The entities inhabiting this space are not acting out of chaos, but are following a rigid, unseen choreography, overseen by a dominant intelligence. The following protocols have been established by the Archive to mitigate the risk of total biological termination or permanent displacement for any personnel or civilians within the vicinity. These are not suggestions. They are the thin line between existence and becoming a permanent entry in our missing persons database. The first and most critical directive concerns the auditory trigger. If you hear the rhythmic, metallic grinding of a merry-go-round starting behind you, do not turn around to witness the rotation. The motion of the equipment acts as a cognitive latch. Your vestibular system will synchronize with the anomaly, leading to severe internal hemorrhaging and a state of perpetual vertigo. Secondary protocol dictates a total ban on the use of optical viewfinders or digital screens while facing the playground. These entities are light sensitive, yet they thrive within the electronic grain of a sensor. If you view them through a lens, you are effectively granting them a high-definition map of your location. If you must move by instinct and peripheral vision alone. To look directly is to invite a Class 4 abduction event, where the physical body is discarded and the consciousness is archived. The most deceptive hazard is what we classify as the invitation. It often manifests as a single, weathered red rubber ball, rolling slowly out of the darkness toward your feet. It will stop exactly 3 inches from your shoes. You must resist. To return the ball is to accept a contract of play. Subjects have been found 24 hours later, fused into the structure of the climbing frame, amidst calcified human remains. Do not interact. Do not play. If the ball reaches you, close your eyes and recite the time out loud until the sun rises. The playground does not want your company. It wants your architecture. As of this final entry, the status of case file 882J remains designated as unresolved. The perimeter surrounding the site continues to be cordoned off under the false narrative of high soil toxicity, yet internal reports suggest the containment is failing. Recent thermal scans reveal cold voids manifesting along the perimeter fence, tiny, distinct impressions of handprints pressing against the metal, as if something is trying to feel the texture of our reality. The Archive's sensors confirm these vibrations are spreading through the local power grid, leaking into the televisions and monitors of the surrounding neighborhood. You must understand, this recording is more than a mere report. It is a digital carrier. By observing these archives, you have allowed the frequency to interface with your own subconscious. The red pupil of the Spectral Archives is not just a logo. It is a lens that works both ways. If you hear a faint, metallic creaking coming from your backyard in the dead of night, do not investigate. You have already been indexed. To ensure your continued safety and to receive priority alerts, you are required to secure your clearance Subscribe and join the Spectral Archives to support our ongoing restoration of these cursed artifacts. Documentation is our only defense against the encroaching dark. Stay vigilant, stay silent, and never play after hours. Termination of signal in 3, 2, 1.